Good evening, teachers, staff, friends, and fellow seniors. Today, sitting next to you all in cap and gown, I feel I can finally call myself a senior if you'll let me. First, a few words to my close friends. You guys know who you are. This past weekend, a wave of depression came over me as I started to think about the next 4 years. And I still haven't resolved those emotions, but I think I've started to today, because I'm happy. The thought that for 4 whole years, my daily routine will no longer include all of you is dreadful to think about. All the deep conversations that some of us have shared, all the laughs that you've let me have, and all of the nights we've spent together having fun can't compare to anything that might come next. The closeness I feel with all of you, I don't think can ever be replaced. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you could keep yourself from letting go of the memories of me and everyone graduating today, maybe the sadness of leaving will be easier to handle. Certainly this isn't goodbye forever, but I hope it's not goodbye for a while either. I'd like to thank Kate Beam. Kate, you've believed in me and trusted me to promote Avison at every opportunity. That you let me represent Avison so early on in both my own life and the school's, you've given me a confidence in the impact that I've made. One of my personal dilemmas of the past few months was what legacy I was leaving at Avison. Avison was such a big part of my life, so I wanted to know how I had been a part of it. This troubled me. I couldn't think of something tangible or definite. But it occurred to me recently that what I leave behind will surely be the attitude that I brought of improvement, change, and recognizing potential, and the role that I feel I had in helping advisors and students establish Avison and what it is from the ground up. On that note, the next person I would like to thank is Larry Simonson. For the past few years as director of AGLA, Mr. Simonson has been the sole victim of my incessant nagging for policy, curriculum, and operational changes, particularly those I was not qualified to suggest. I'm grateful to you, Mr. Simonson, for all your patience in teaching me how change happens slowly. Your support for the shared vision of a formal student council at Avison was so meaningful to me, and I hope that even without you serving the community so directly next year, that philosophy is continued and built on. My advisors are almost entirely responsible for helping shape and prepare the person you see before you today. No amount of words can express the gratitude and thanks that these teachers deserve, but today I'll try with some heartfelt ones. Ms. Tapia, this past year you've been my advisor in every sense of the word. Your advice in academics, and especially in life, will carry me so far, and I value and appreciate your dedication to helping me command my own abilities and emotions. Next year, you'll have new commitments and new projects, but I know that all of us at Avison will have a special place in your heart, and you in ours. Thank you. Ms. Stafford, oh, there you are. You were always the most critical and the most aware of my problems with procrastination and egotism. Your contribution to my growth as an academic and as a person has given me hope for future students of yours at Avison. You've personally seen me mature this past year more so than anyone because of your genuine desire to prepare me for the life that follows high school. Thank you. Scott Houston, your fun and engaging teaching style has helped me get a grasp on the way I spread knowledge. Your brilliant advice on college and careers will help me live my life with comfort and happiness in mind. Your ability to take charge of a classroom and guide students to success will stay with me forever. Thank you. Mr. Gloyd, I haven't been your student for a while, but being in your class helped me see the potential for technology as a tool for learning. This has been one of my core educational philosophies since having you as a teacher. For that, I thank you. To Ms. Achnani and to every math teacher I've had at Avison, I want to thank you for igniting my interest in mathematics. I'm a pretty tough student to deal with, especially in a math class, but I want you to know that your teaching instilled in me a sense of excitement and eagerness about math, and I know that's the hardest thing to possibly do for a math teacher, so thank you. Thanks to all the Avison advisors and staff of past, present, and future for creating and maintaining a system that has changed my life and made me a better person. I'm sure that every student here feels in some way positively affected by the care and personalization given to them by their teachers. The relationships we build here are unmatched elsewhere. They are truly relationships of student and mentor. And speaking of mentors, I want to thank Tom Hyatt. From that moment nearly 7 years ago when you let a short, chubby 5th grader serve as co-editor in the school newspaper elective downstairs, to this moment right here, you've supported me, guided me, and inspired me in all my endeavors. Every experience that I have taken part in, every opportunity that I will spend the rest of my life bragging about, has been part of my life only through your help and your mentorship. Your lessons in global citizenship, leadership, and scholarship will take me through the rest of my years with a sense of confidence and prosperity that only you could cultivate. I see my future self in you, so it's only fitting that I ended up at UCSD. If I could be even half the educator, half the opportunist, half the father, half the mentor, and half the man that you are, I'd be satisfied beyond words. Thank you, Tom, for everything that you've given me. And finally, my family. My family has literally been the driving force behind every major decision I've made in my life so far. The support you've given me, Mom and Dad, can be met with nothing but speechlessness. Nothing can ever repay the gift that you have given me of raising me, loving me, and preparing me. I have no doubt that even through college and years after that, you will continue to be my constants in this otherwise aimlessly variable life. The importance you place on getting an education and becoming an intelligent, caring, and engaged member of society has and will continue to drive me to become the absolute best person I can be, with a willingness and desire to help others before helping myself, and to lead a life concerned with happiness and improvement rather than finances and vanity. I want to share a piece in Armenian, and I know my friends are going to love this, as well as a loose translation written by the famous Armenian poet Hovannes Shiraz. Մտքի օրոցքից, երբ աշխարհ մտա, աշխարհում աշխարհ մոր սերը կդա։ Եվ գշրեցի մորս սերը սուրբ, որ ինչքան մեծ էր, այնքան խոր ու նուրբ։ Հիմալայան իբրև գշրակար թրի, վեր թրավ լերը, հետնիր նջարի։ Բայց երբ մասիս մայր, իմ Հայաստանից մի փուր հող թրի, եկավ համբուրեց նժար նժարին. When I came to this world from the depths of my mind, I discovered the mother's love. I weighed my mother's holy love on a scale, as deep and fragile as it was large. Opposite my mother's love, I placed the mountains of Himalaya, and they flew off the scale, light as feathers in comparison. But when I placed just a handful of soil from the motherland, both sides of the scale, grand and holy, met in balance. The heavy and immeasurable love is not exclusive to the mother, it's true of the father's love as well. I hope this poem can illustrate how important my parents' love and hope for me is in my life. Hago, alright. You're my first and only friend, and only best friend. I don't know how I'll deal with not seeing you every day, hanging out with you, talking through problems with you, laughing at your jokes, or trying to be as creative or gifted as you are. Even though the bonds of brotherhood are never broken, I know it'll be hard without you just a room across from me. I want to say a sincere thank you to everyone who has had a role in my journey to this point. To anyone who has ever trusted me, to anyone who has ever taught me, to anyone who has ever argued with me, to anyone who has ever befriended me, you have all helped me grow into a person I'm immensely proud to be. Thank you to everyone who is here today supporting their children, their students, their peers, and their school. Being a member of the Avison community has changed my way of thinking. The atmosphere of family that is cultivated here is inclusive and inspiring.